Hello friends, welcome to UGC CEC Gurukul lecture series. I am Dr. Divya Verma Gakhar, Assistant Professor, University School of Management Studies, Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University, Delhi. We are discussing the topic related to financial markets and institutions, and last time we have discussed about mutual funds. So carrying on the discussion further, mutual fund, as I have already discussed with you in the previous lecture, that mutual fund is a investment tool in which the investor, small investor or retail investor can invest their money, and they can get returns which are higher than risk-free rate of interest which is given by banking industry or under the government schemes. So as an investor, our motive is to earn more returns on whatever savings we have. So whatever savings we put in our bank account, we want to earn some higher returns, and there are various instruments which are available. For example, if we talk about what are the instruments available for generally for investors for earning returns on investment for their savings. So one can put their money in a bank account, so on which you will get a risk-free rate of interest on deposit. Let's say 3 to 4% would be the rate of interest which you will get in a bank account. One can deposit money in a PPF account or a PF account. So PF will give you 6, 7 to 8% returns to any investor, but the investment in PF would be for long-term purposes. One can invest in national savings certificate, post office deposits, or any other such instruments which is issued by government, which are giving you tax benefit as well. But there also the returns will be very low because the risk attached to these instruments is very, very low. So that is why the returns also are low in these type of instruments. Now, if somebody wants to get some more returns, higher returns on their investment, so people look for options like stock market. So if you look at stock market, so stock market is the capital market through which a retail investor can invest money in the share capital of companies. So in the equity capital or in the borrowed capital through debentures, if somebody wants to invest money, so they can get definitely higher returns than the risk-free or low-risk instruments which I've just discussed, but they will be higher risk as well. So one has to see that whether somebody is ready to take that high risk. And definitely, if you want to invest in stock market or in debentures of companies or in derivative market instruments, then the risk is high. Also, the amount of money invested should also be high. So a middle path would be an instrument which is known as mutual fund. Now there are so many investors who want to earn higher return than the saving bank deposits, but they are not aware about the stock market. They do not know how to invest money in the stock market, and they are scared of the market because of such technical things which are related to the market. So such people can take help of mutual funds. Now mutual funds, what they do, they are collective investment instruments which the fund organizer or the AMC who is launching this product, so they will ask people to invest small amount of money. So whatsoever is the capacity of a retail investor can invest in those funds, and they will get units in return of that investment. So those units will be treated as their net asset value would be the amount of return which an investor would get as their mutual fund will grow. Now as a mutual fund company, they have accumulated a lot of retail investors' money, and now they can invest this money directly into some good quality portfolios, or they can design a portfolio, or they can design take a combination of such shares and debentures and borrowed capital and other kind of instruments which are available based on their expertise, and they can provide better returns to retail investor who, being a small investor, who being somebody who is not that knowledgeable to invest and doesn't want to spend his time in the investment market, so can safely invest their money in the mutual fund. So that is how mutual fund provides you higher return than a fixed deposit, than a simple bank deposit or any other PF account. Carries little more risk than these instruments, but the risk is lesser than what do we have in the stock market investment or in the investment in shares, debentures or derivative products of companies, and the return is a balance between the two kind of returns. So being this kind of instrument, this instrument mutual fund has gained a lot of popularity amongst investors. And based on that, I would like to share with you some data related to the kind of risk return which these mutual fund instruments carry. Now on the x-axis you can see that there are returns, and on the y-axis there is risk. So liquid mutual funds, or the mutual funds which invest in short term instruments or in money market instruments, or are highly liquid mutual funds, so they carry low risk, and they also provide low returns. And as we progress further, you can see here that growth mutual funds or the balanced mutual funds provide a balance of risk and return, and they carry medium level of risk and return. But the mutual funds which invest deeply into equity market, or they are sectoral funds, or they are equity funds who are who invest in blue chip companies, or the funds who invest only in growth stocks, so they carry the highest risk as well as they provide the highest return. Now overall, over years we can see that there has been a good amount of growth in the investment scenario in India. Still in India, we would say that deposit in the saving bank account is the most popular. You can see this graph, and it is clearly depicted that since 2015 to 2018, this data shows that deposit in saving the scheduled commercial banks have increased so much, has been increasing, and especially in the year 16-17 it has tremendously increased. Then small saving deposits in post offices are not that popular an instrument right now because of newer kind of instruments which are available. Insurance sector, you can see, is also picking up in last 5 years, and overall the investment in insurance is also a preferred source, because this also provides some kind of coverage for the life and other kind of products. Then finally the mutual fund, you can see that the growth in the mutual fund industry in 16-17 and 17-18 has increased so much. So overall this sector is also growing, and we can see that there is a good amount of investment which is happening, which people are investing in mutual fund. If we look at different other countries and how mutual fund assets are performing as a percentage of GDP in other countries, so you can see USA is doing very well, and China and other countries, all of these are ahead of us. The developed nations are ahead of us in terms of investment in mutual fund asset with respect to GDP. India, the orange bar shows the performance of India with respect to mutual fund investment vis-a-vis the GDP. If we talk about the rate of returns which various instruments are providing, so that we can see the comparison how much mutual fund can provide. So if we expect that the stock market provides us something like 12 to 15 to 20% returns, so mutual fund would provide, because it will reduce your risk, but your return can also be it will try to maximize your return. So you can see that what kind of rate of interest which are going on as per this data since 2013 to 2018 the data is given. So bank deposit rates, how they have declined over years. So bank deposit rate of 1 to 3 years and 3 to 5 year deposit approximately range between 9.25% in 2013-14, and every year it is going down to 8.75, 7.57, and it has gone in 17-18 to 6.5. Right now, after this COVID, the rate is further lowered to 3 to 4%. If we talk about post office monthly income schemes, so this rate of interest is varying from 8.4%, which it used to be in 2013-14, and has gone down to 7.6%. So whatever you will invest, that will earn a rate of interest right now approximately 7.6%. National savings certificates and post office recurring deposit, if you see, is also ranging between 8.5% to 7.2%. And post office time deposit, that is a fixed deposit in post office, right now will fetch you, in 17-18 data shows, will fetch you 6.9%. So you can imagine the kind of rate of interest which other instruments are providing right now in India. Based on that, and there is some inflation factor as well. So whatever interest you earn, if you adjust it with inflation, you will find that the return is either in negative or the return is very, very low. Now, if we look at the AMFI Mutual Fund Performance Index, if we talk about yearly returns, how much mutual fund has been providing in these last 5 years. So, maximum in 2013 was 9%, that was the rate of interest going on, and right now it is approximately 6%, or in saving bank account it is even less than 4% currently. So, if we see that equity funds in 2013-14 have performed so well, have provided returns of approximately 21%. ELSS fund has provided 24%, debt fund 5.6%, income fund 3.3%, money market funds 9.4%, liquid funds in 2013-14 provided 9.4% annual returns, balance fund provided 18.5%, hybrid funds provided 13.2%. And this return was tremendous. If you see, equity fund has performed extremely well in 2014-15 and has provided a return of 43%. ELSS fund has provided a return of 46%. Balance fund has provided a return of 37.2%. So, since it is market based, the way stock market will perform, the returns are based on that. Now, if you look at 17-18 data, still the returns provided by equity fund is 10.6%, and between 10.6% to 8.5 to 6.7% is the kind of returns which these funds are providing. So, in those years, and there was negative return in 15-16 also. So, those years, so because its performance is linked with the stock market performance. So, if stock market is performing well, if economy is doing well, you will find that mutual fund industry can provide very good return, can provide extremely good returns of up to 20%. Otherwise, it will provide a safe return of 10 to 15% approximately for various products. If we talk about how these mutual funds, because these mutual funds, the idea of mutual fund investment is that they will not put all their money in one kind of instrument. They would, if they have to put money in the stocks, they will put money in the stocks of different sectors. Why? Because they are able to, they can by creating this kind of portfolio, they are able to minimize their unsystematic risk, or you can say firm specific risk, that can be minimized. Now, if we look at this chart, so it will show that the top 10 sectors in which the mutual fund companies are putting in their money in 2018, how much money they have put in into healthcare sector, to power sector, to metal sector, right, to banking and finance sector. So, all you can see that they would always invest the money in a kind of a portfolio. Now, let us talk about how to invest in mutual fund. So, whatever I have discussed till now conveys that mutual fund investment provides you good returns, and it provides you various other benefits as compared to what you get in your saving bank account. So, as an investor also, one can think of creating a portfolio for yourself. You can have some amount kept in a fixed deposit, some amount can be kept in a a saving bank account, and some amount can be kept in a mutual fund, some amount can be invested in real estate property or in stock market individually you can invest. So, mutual fund has to be there in the portfolio of any investor, because it can provide you good returns with expertise of some of the good people. Now, how one can invest in mutual fund? One can invest in mutual funds by, you can submit an application form along with a check or a bank draft at the branch office and or of the mutual funds, or the registrar and transfer agent of the respective mutual fund. Now, one can choose mutual fund through online through the websites of these mutual funds, or you can contact a mutual fund distributor. He can be an individual or a non-individual entity such as a bank, broking houses, online distribution channel providers. Now, one can invest with the help of a financial intermediary, that is through a mutual fund distributor who is registered with AMFI, or you can choose to invest directly in the market. Now, as per SEBI mutual fund regulation, all mutual fund distributors must fulfill two requirements before engaging in the sale and distribution of mutual fund products. That means they must obtain relevant certification of NISM courses and then register with Association of Mutual Fund of India and obtain AMFI registration number. Likewise, before being employed in sale and distribution of mutual fund products, employees of mutual fund distributors are also required to clear NCFM certification and register themselves to obtain unique identification employee number. One can also invest either in online mode or via conventional paper based mode through Mutual Fund Utilities Private Limited, which is a technology based platform which provides all kind of facilities for mutual fund investment. One can buy mutual fund through National Stock Exchange mutual fund site or Bombay Stock Exchange Star MF, just like you can invest in company stocks. So you can anytime buy and sell through these platforms also. Then there are some KYC requirements before you invest in mutual funds. So you have to follow a KYC process, as we all know that for every kind of investment nowadays we need to follow this. Now this KYC is know your customer, and in this case it is the account opening process with any financial entity. In this case, the investor's identity, address, his supporting documents, passport, Aadhaar or PAN card, address proof, and all of these compliances are mandatory nowadays for the prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002 and the rules framed thereunder. There are various mutual funds which are very popular, and you will find a lot of, if you start googling about mutual fund, you will find a lot of funds which are popular ones. For example, a lot of banks have entered into mutual fund industry, and there are banking sectors, companies who are providing mutual fund. For example, ICICI Prudential Equity and Debt Fund, Miare Asset Hybrid Equity Fund, Axis. I'm just saying few names for the sake of that you get some understanding of that what kind of fund names they are given. L&T Mid Cap Fund. Otherwise, what are the best funds? You can always look at on the basis of the return performance of these funds. HDFC Mid Cap Opportunities Fund, L&T Emerging Business Cap Funds, HDFC Small Cap. So as the name suggests of these mutual fund, so first name would be the name of the company which they are associated with. Let's say HDFC means it is associated with the HDFC group. Small cap means that this fund would invest money in the small capitalization companies. Motilal Oswal Multi Cap 35 Fund, Kotak Standard Multi Cap Fund. Now, how do you select a fund? As an investor, you must be thinking that mutual fund investment is good for you, and you have to do a KYC, you have to do it online. Then how to choose which fund to invest in? Now, if we talk about on these grounds, so first of all, you should look at the objective of the fund. You should look at that what is this fund related to, whether it is an income oriented fund or a growth oriented fund. So you will find an income oriented fund would be backed mainly with fixed interest yielding securities like debentures, bonds, but growth oriented fund would be backed by equities. So similarly, the returns for a growth equity fund would be more as compared to an income oriented fund, but the growth oriented fund would be more risky than the income oriented fund. So the investor should compare a particular scheme of one fund with the same scheme of another fund and then make a comparative analysis. So your personal investment objective should also coincide with the objective of the scheme in which you are proposing to invest. Then you have to see the consistency of performance. This is also an important aspect. Now, mutual fund is always intended to give some steady long-term returns to the investors. So the investor should measure the performance of the fund over a period of at least 3 years. Now, last 3 years performance of the mutual fund, if the fund is doing good, that means you can look at that fund that it is providing consistent returns. So in future also the fund manager is going to manage the tough times and will with the help of his investment expertise will provide good returns. You should look at the historical background of the fund. The success of any fund also depends on the competence of the management, its integrity, periodicity and experience. So fund's integrity should be above suspicion. There should be a good historical record to be before you think of investing in a fund. A known devil is better than an unknown angel. So you should be having a good understanding of his past record. Cost of operations also you need to look at. Now, every mutual fund tries to give the best return to their investor at the lower cost. So the prospective investor should scrutinize the expense ratio of the fund and should try to compare it with the other funds. Now, higher the expense ratio of one fund, you will find that the actual return of the investor will reduce, because ultimately the mutual fund is going to take out his expenses from the returns he is generating in the process. So that is why the investor should look at any fund which has got very low expense cost. What is the capacity for innovation? How innovative the fund manager is. You need to look at this aspect also, because with the kind of times which we are living in right now, everything is changing so fast. So if the fund manager is innovative, he is looking at the what are the new innovations that are happening in the market, and he is looking at the market from that perspective. So he would also be innovative in terms of his investment strategies. Investor servicing, what kind of services they provide for investor queries, for dispatch of unit certificates, quick transfer of unit, immediate encashment of units. So all of this is kind of services which they are providing to the investor, and one needs to look at that they are providing you good services. One also need to compare the performance of the fund with the index. Now the index, any index which is available, it's a kind of benchmark through which you can compare your company's return or your portfolio's return with that. Now if the index and your portfolio or the mutual fund is moving in the same direction, at least you will know that okay, my fund tries to capture or tries to copy the market, and you will know that when the market is down, your fund will also be down, and thus you will know what is the trend it follows. Another important aspect is how transparent is the fund management. Do the fund management declare that what kind of how do they operate and what kind of strategies they form, what is their investment design and components. So all of these things should also be available to the information of the investor. Now if you have to evaluate a fund manager, we always read so many articles about it, that one needs to look at that how good is the fund manager. If the fund manager from one company shifts to another company, you will see that the investors will also would like to shift, because lot of these the returns and the performance of the mutual fund depends on the expertise of the fund manager. Now whether the fund manager has succeeded in outperforming the benchmark in perpetuity, you need to look at if you are evaluating the fund manager. Does he or she keeps a track record of other institutional investor buying or selling of stocks? Are the fund managers experienced enough? Are they able to understand investor objectives properly? Are these fund managers able to identify stocks way ahead of their peers? How do mutual fund managers decide where to invest? And their analysis of if market is shifting and market is the reaction of the market is changing, so how do they change their volumes according to that? And do they understand and do they evaluate the macroeconomic outlook of the market, and do they do annual analysis of the company, the fundamental analysis of the company before doing the investment? So let's take a small break and we'll shortly get back to you.